Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Auto Amateur. Now, just because I sold my 991 doesn't mean you're not going to be getting 991 content. Behind me is a 2015 991.1 Turbo, and today we're upgrading the exhaust with a Soul Performance X-Pipe. Let's go check it out. So as you guys probably know if you watch my channel, I'm a big fan of Soul Performance products. They're based in Pennsylvania. They're a relatively new company. I think they've been on the scene for about 4 or 5 years, but they've already made a tremendous impact on the Porsche market and the afterpart market for a number of other brands. Now, I'm not paid by Soul Performance products. I follow them religiously because I truly believe in their products and their culture. They've got a nice bunch of people working there, whether you're speaking to John or Alex or Mike, the list just goes on. Great company, great products. I'll stop plugging now, I promise. But what they do for the Porsche, oh my God. We had one of these on my friend Mario's car, the valved exhaust system with the long tube headers. That was his 997.1, sounded tremendous. I had it recently on my 991.1 Carrera 2 with valved exhaust again, wired into PSE, which was just phenomenal. And then I put the long tube street headers on as well, and that just gave it some extra power. This one for the Turbo, unfortunately, as fast and as awesome as the Turbo is, does it sound any good? It does. It's just a bit quiet. It's like, yay, awesome, when you put your foot down. And what we wanted to do is sound awesome. And that's what we're going to do with the Soul Performance products. So I'm here with my friend Chris. We're going to be taking off his existing exhaust, which you can see down at the bottom. It's just this part of the exhaust that we're going to be taking off today. We don't need to touch the caps. We don't need to touch the mufflers or the rest of the exhaust system, the headers. Just this guy across the center. We've taken off the bumper, as you can see, pretty straightforward. We've had to take off the fixed wing spoiler, which relatively straightforward considering it looked immovable for the first 5 or 10 minutes. And now we're just down to 2 stubborn little bolts. There were 2 bolts that keep the retaining brackets in the middle and 2 little stubborn bolts, one on either side, which we need a deeper socket for. So I'm staying here to just blast them with WD-40 while Chris runs out and gets some additional sockets. And I get to hang out in his swanky garage. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get it on.
exhaust time.
It's exhaust time. It's Soul Performance time. So we've taken the rear bumper off this beaut. We got to take off the heat shielding. And
then we open up the air box. So
yeah,
the filter, and that's.
And here's the Soul Performance, which we'll do an unboxing of in a minute. Yes. You excited?
Oh, unbelievable.
Then we got 3 bolts on each side of the bumper here to take that off and to get the heat shielding with it. Okay, guys, Christmas has come early for Chris. We're going to be opening his Soul Performance X-Pipe, right?
Yes, X-Pipe exhaust.
There's only one more exciting thing to do apart from taking this out of the box, and that's when you first fire up the engine. Freshly made, custom made, all the way from Pennsylvania. Okay, so we got some bolts, retaining mounts. Oh, let's get to the good stuff.
Left and right.
Oh, excellent.
Those are.
Oh, look, they even have the left and right machined in.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Oh man.
Look at that.
Look at that. Soul right in the middle. It's like the best kind of tuba. Look. Oh, that's fantastic. That's going to look so cool on the back of that car. So talk us through that again. What do we have? We've got 2 bolts.
So we've got a bolt on each side that's going directly to the cat, and then we've got these large C-clamp pieces that are holding the exhaust on.
And that should be it. So that
should be everything we need to get it off.
And so that X-Pipe is going to be a direct replacement for that piece. And hopefully it's not going to take us too long.
Nope.
So what we've had to do here is remove 4 12mm bolts from around the side of this cat to allow us to get it out from the side of the muffler, or whatever this is. What's that?
It's the muffler.
It's the muffler. Now, we haven't disconnected the O2 sensors. We're hoping we don't need to do that. And the cat is just sort of sitting up. I'm holding its weight. We're going to use the transmission jack to hold the weight of this while we take the rest of the rest of the muffler off. Okay, Chris, so tell us, where are we and what's next?
Okay, so where we're at right now is we've got the Soul Performance or the exhaust on, everything's essentially getting ready to be put all back together. We just need to get the exhaust tips put back on the muffler and then basically start putting the basically all the pieces back on the rear bumper. My thought is I'm having a little bit of trouble getting the exhaust tips on, so I want to take the bumper off again, take off those two muffler, the exhaust pieces, mount them just right to the exhaust tips, and then bolt those back on, and then we'll slap the bumper on. I think that'll be a little bit easier, get a little bit more leverage on the tips. So
I like it.
That's the plan. We're gonna wrap this sucker up here in the next hour, so let's go.
Soul Performance X-Pipe. So just in the background there, by the way, it is freezing cold today. It is like 6 degrees Fahrenheit, which I don't know what that is in European terms, but it's bloody cold. Anyway, behind you can see the 991. We just fired it up. We're gonna let it warm up just for a few minutes before we start giving it some gas. But even just hearing the cold startup and hearing it just sit there idling, you can already tell the difference between the stock exhaust and the Soul Performance X-Pipe. Now, this is just the X-Pipe. It hasn't done anything with the headers. We haven't had to do anything to the ECU. It's just a straight replacement for the center muffler that's on the stock turbo. But it just sounds fantastic. So let's give it some juice and see what it sounds like at higher RPMs. Yeah. So that's it for another Auto Adventure video. Thanks for checking out this exhaust video. Thank you to Soul Performance for all your help with instructions on how to install it and just making an absolutely fantastic product. Chris is doing the hard work in the back now, talking the wheels, while I just sit around and watch the fruits of our labor. More 991 videos coming soon with this beautiful turbo in the background. It's going to warm up in a couple of days. We're going to get out on the road and see what it can do. We're going to do a video on the wheels here that you can get a preview of that Chris has just had powder coated, and we've got some other surprises in store as well for the holiday season. So stay tuned, take care, drive safe, get out and drive. Bye.